I'm sitting in the setting sun in Johannesburg with Kliko. That's my little Yorkie, named after my favorite bubbly. And I have a glass of bubbly because I'm celebrating with you. I'm celebrating the fact that my parents' home, the house that I grew up in, has been sold, and there's a story behind it. So I've been doing a deep meditation journey thanks to Angela Dochman and Dr. Joe Dispenza. Really, if you haven't explored meditation and mindfulness, there's so much out there, and I'd be delighted to help you because there's no one that's better than another. But there are different types of meditation depending on where you're at and what you want to achieve. So I have some very clear intentions that I wanted to set, and I'm convinced that part of the meditations I've been doing for several weeks now have helped with the sale of this house. So I had a clear vision of what the number would be and how it would happen. And it took some time, but it unfolded exactly as it was so. And this video is most importantly not just to talk about meditation and to encourage you to explore that as a way to bring in some restoration and reprieve and reduce stress, but also that we should celebrate more. We shouldn't wait for big milestones like birthdays and anniversaries and weddings or even house sales. We should really find something on a daily basis to celebrate. Why? Oh, for a bunch of reasons. When you just spend even just a minute or two in positivity, gratitude, celebration, you release feel-good chemicals from endorphins to dopamine to oxytocin, and it just really helps your body in terms of reducing the stress response. And most people feel good when we talk about sparkly and some bubbly. And what I'd also like to talk about is I would like to invite you to join me on a Friday afternoon. I would like us to get together for half an hour. All you need to do is bring along a glass of anything sparkling. It can be sparkling water. I will be having a glass of champagne because, as many of you know, my heritage stems from the Champagne region in France. And I also want to talk about how the champagne making process can be a metaphor for your well-being. So if you're intrigued and curious about how that works, I would like to share that with you in a moment where we come together with a glass of sparkly, where we bring back some fizz to our Friday rather than flat. It can help us to feel calmer, more connected, more grounded to ourselves as we go into the weekend and celebrate or connect with loved ones, and also to acknowledge the week that we've had. Life is fast-paced. So many of us are stressed and busy. No matter where I go, you know, I live in London, I travel a lot for work, I go to Europe often, I'm currently in South Africa. Everywhere, there seems to be a lot more bad news and a lot more stress and pressure and demands. And so taking half an hour to connect with like-minded individuals, to stay curious about your well-being and how in easy, tiny steps, in a way that's pleasurable and fun, we can help ourselves to feel better holistically. So we'll take a look at mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, and we'll even touch on that woo-woo stuff that some of us refer to as spiritual well-being. So let me know if you're celebrating anything. Let me know if you're curious about joining me on a Friday afternoon. I'll then share the link. We'll start off with maybe 1 or 2 Fridays a month, and hopefully it becomes a regular thing, so that we can connect, we can celebrate, we can build a community, and above all, we can stay curious. We can stay curious. Let me know if you're celebrating. No, let me know what you're celebrating today. Thank you for celebrating with me.